Previously we looked at the WPF type project and the three views that we got automatically when we selected a WPF project. The designer, which is the window that the user actually sees when the program's running. The Xaml, which is a tag-oriented description language that describes the appearance of the window, and the code behind, which is the actual C# code, the business logic that allows the program to run. This video we're going to compare the Xaml, which is a tag-oriented appearance description language, with HTML, which is also a tag-oriented appearance description language. One of the main differences is that the Xaml is involved in a compiled C# or possibly Visual Basic or some other language, and the HTML is involved in a web page. So one thing I want to do in order to make this description more visually clear is press the swap panes button in order to move the Xaml up to the top of the screen. So now the design's down at the bottom and the Xaml's at the top. And we open a Notepad++ file in order to write the Xhtml code. And the current versions of Xhtml and CSS I'm using are HTML5 and CSS3. And for those you use a document description tag that looks like angle bracket, exclamation mark, doc type. And then all you need to say is HTML instead of the long description you used to have. And then for the root tag, we just want HTML and a closing tag of HTML, which has a slash and then HTML. And then the tags need to be properly nested, so anything inside this tag must have its opening and closing tag inside this tag. And there's basically two tags we need at the highest level. That's the head, a closing tag of head, and the body, and a closing tag of body. And the head basically is just a description of the type of page. I'll have things like meta tags, which give you tag values that can be used in SEO, search engine optimization. And one thing we can put in it is a title, and that puts a title on the top of the page. So we have a title tag, and say a title of WXXC web page, and then a closing tag of title. And as you can see, you can put them on the same line, or more often you're going to put them on separate lines, like the head and the closing tag of head. And if we run this, to run and launch in Chrome, we'll say we basically have a totally empty page, and this empty space is the body. Most of the things that are what actually appear on the screen are within the body tags, but you see the title on the tab is the WXXC web page, which is the title we put in. And if you recall, we did almost exactly the same thing, only with the description area of the window, which has the XML NS namespace for the XML and the file that describes that, and it has title, height, and width for creating the window. and this title gets changed, and when we compile and run this, we see the window comes up and it has a title with a WXXC app in it. So those are pretty much equivalent, and of course they're different, but their functionality is similar, which is why I'm comparing them. And also it's a good way of learning HTML and CSS in addition to learning WPF and Xaml, Xaml. So you get a twofer on this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned a lot, and please subscribe.